Level 1. The Dreamer. You are 19 years old. You have $47 in your checking account. You live in a one-bedroom apartment with 2 other guys. You sleep on a mattress on the floor. There is a water stain on the ceiling, shaped like a country you can't name. You work the closing shift at a grocery store. You scan barcodes until your feet go numb and your back aches. You ride the bus home at midnight. The windows are black and you watch your own reflection slide across the glass. You are tired in a way that sleep doesn't fix, but you have a laptop with a cracked screen. And at night, you open it. You watch videos about men who started with nothing and built empires. You read about garages and dorm rooms and dropouts who became kings. You believe it could be you. You don't know why, you just do. Your mother cleans offices at night. Her hands are cracked from the chemicals. She raised you alone and she never once complained. She used to tell you one thing: nobody is coming to save us, so we save ourselves. You carry that sentence everywhere you go. You scribble business ideas on the backs of receipts. Most of them are bad. You don't know they're bad yet. You feel something burning in your chest that you cannot put down. A black car pulls up outside the store. The man inside doesn't look at you. Nobody looks at you. You decide that one day they will. You don't know what that decision costs. You don't know about the friends you'll lose. You don't know about the nights you won't sleep. You don't know about the version of you waiting at the end of all this. You just know that $47 is not enough. You want more. Not for the things, for the feeling. The feeling of being someone the world cannot ignore. You stay up until 4 a.m. teaching yourself to code from free videos. You wake up at 7 for your shift. You do it again the next day, and the next. This is the beginning. This is where it always begins. Level 2. The Hustler. You are 22. You quit the grocery store. Everyone tells you it's a mistake. Maybe it is. You take freelance work building websites for small businesses. You charge $200 a project, and you undercharge on purpose. You need the reps more than the money. You work from a folding table wedged into the corner of your bedroom. You eat instant noodles 6 nights a week. You learn that money has a language of its own: revenue, margin, runway, churn, leverage. You memorize the words the way other people memorize song lyrics. You meet a guy named Sam at a co-working space you can barely afford. He's broke too. He's smart in the places you are not. You start building something together. A small app. A small idea. You think it will change the world. It won't. But it teaches you how to build. You fail at the first one. You fail at the second. You learn that failing fast is its own kind of skill. Quitting feels like dying, so you don't quit. You learn to send the cold email that gets ignored 99 times. You learn to celebrate the one reply. You watch other founders pass you on the way up. You watch them get funded and photographed. You smile and you congratulate them, and you go home and you grind harder. You meet a girl named Mia at a friend's party. She asks why you work so much. You don't have a good answer for her. The truth is, you cannot imagine stopping. She doesn't care about startups at all. That is exactly why you like her. You make $10,000 in a single month from a tiny product. It feels like $1 million. You take Mia to a real restaurant for the first time. You leave a big tip because you remember being the one who needed it. You are 22 and broke and certain. You just don't know yet what certainty costs. The third idea is the one. You can feel it in your chest. You just have to give it everything you have. So you do. Level 3. The Founder. You are 24. You start a real company. You and Sam. You give it a name, and you buy the domain at 2 a.m. You feel like a god for about an hour. Then reality arrives. You learn that a startup is not the dream they sell you. It is a long hallway of doors that are mostly locked. You pitch investors who tell you no with a smile on their faces. 40 of them say no. You learn to read between the lines. You hear which ones think you're too young. You hear which ones think you're too poor to be trusted with their money. You hear it, and you pretend you didn't. You max out 2 credit cards to make payroll for one employee. His name is Diego, and he believed in you when nobody else did. You cannot let him down. You stop paying yourself entirely. You move back in with your mother for 6 months. She doesn't say "I told you so." She just makes you eggs in the morning and repeats the same old line. Nobody is coming to save us. You sign the lease on your first real office. It is above a laundromat and it smells like warm fabric all day. You don't care. It is yours. You hire 3 people. They are betting their careers on a kid with a dream. That weight sits on your chest at night and won't move. You learn that being the founder means the fear belongs to you alone. Everyone looks to you, and you have nobody to look to. You raise your first real money in your 2nd year. A check for $2 million. The number does not feel real sitting in your account. You call your mother, and she cries on the phone. You take Mia to dinner, and you tell her this is it. This is the moment. The distance between you begins that very night, though you don't see it yet, because the money came with a clock attached. And the clock never stops ticking again. You think you have finally made it. You are about to learn how wrong you are. Level 4, the operator. You are 27. The company is real now. 40 employees. A whole floor in a real building downtown. Your name on the lease and your name on the door. You wake at 5 in the morning and you answer emails before the sun comes up. You sleep 4 hours a night and you call it discipline. You learn that growth is a beast that has to be fed. More customers, more staff, more pressure, more cash. Always more. The product takes off. Revenue doubles, and then it doubles again. You cross $1 million a year. You stare at the bank statement, and you wait to feel something arrive. You feel relief for about a day. Then you feel the next number start to pull at you. You learn that the goal moves every single time you reach it. You buy yourself one thing, a reliable car. Nothing else. You watch other founders blow their money on watches and lose everything. So you promise yourself you will never be that story. You start to measure your days in dollars. An hour with a friend costs you money. A weekend off costs you momentum. You start saying no to the people who love you. You miss your oldest friend's wedding for a board meeting. He stops calling after that one. You let him drift away. The company is the only thing that still makes sense to you. You appear in a magazine for the first time. Founder to watch, it says. You cut out the page and you don't tell anyone how much it means. Mia reads it over your shoulder and goes quiet. She knew you when you had $47. She liked that version of you better. You are becoming someone she doesn't quite recognize anymore. You don't notice the change, because you are already gone. You are already on the next call. No, you are already in the next city. You are 27 and you have money for the first time in your life. You think the money is the prize. You don't know yet that the money is the bait. Level 5, the millionaire. You are 30 years old. You are worth $10 million on paper. You buy a house with a view of the whole city. You buy your mother a house too. You finally pay her back for every night she spent cleaning offices so you could eat. She cries in the empty rooms, and you film it on your phone with shaking hands. That moment is the closest you will ever feel to whole. You marry Mia in a small ceremony by the water. You promise her the grind is almost over now. You both want so badly to believe it. Then you go back to work on Monday morning. The company grows past you. There are people in the building you have never met. Notice they wear your logo on their chests and they don't know your face. You learn that scale changes everything it touches. You stop building things and you start managing people. You miss the early days when it was just you and Sam and a folding table. You can't go back there. The thing you built is now bigger than the reason you built it. Your body sends you the first bill. You stop sleeping through the night. Your jaw aches every morning from grinding your teeth in the dark. The doctor mentions your blood pressure, and you nod, and you change nothing. You start taking something to help you sleep. You don't ask too many questions about it. You forget your anniversary. You forget Mia's birthday. You apologize with a gift instead of your time. She takes the gift and she stops expecting you to be there. You tell yourself she understands. Or you tell yourself this is simply the cost, and the cost is worth it. You have $10 million and a house above the city, and some nights you sit in that house and you cannot remember what you wanted it all for. So you do the only thing you have ever known how to do. You go back to work. Level 6, the executive. You are 33. The company is worth hundreds of millions now. You sit at the head of the long table. You learn that power is just a series of impossible choices made before breakfast. You have to lay off 200 people in a single morning. You know their names. You know some of their children's names. You do it anyway because the numbers say you have no choice. You go home and you don't tell Mia how it felt to do it. You learn to feel a little less. And you learn that feeling less is how a man survives a room like that. Sam comes to you with a problem one afternoon. He is slowing the company down. The board wants him gone. Sam built this thing with you from a folding table and a dream. He believed in you when you were nothing. And you push him out anyway. You tell yourself it is just business. You write him a check and you watch 10 years of friendship end in a glass conference room. He doesn't shake your hand on his way out the door. The two of you never speak again. You meet a rival named Cole. He runs the company that is trying to kill yours. You hate him and you respect him in the same breath. You will compete against him for the next 20 years of your life. You start making decisions the boy with $47 would have judged. You squeeze your suppliers until they bleed. And you bury a bad story with a wall of money. You learn where the lines are by quietly stepping over them. Each step is small. None of them feels like the moment you became someone else. But you are changing. Your mother gets sick that year. You fly in for a single weekend and you fly back out for a product launch. You tell yourself there will be time later. You tell yourself the same lie every man in your position tells. The company needs you. The city needs you. You give them what they need, and you pay for it later. You always pay for it later. Level 7, the mogul. You are 38. You take the company public. The numbers on the screen make you worth $400 million in a single morning. You ring a bell and a room full of strangers claps for you. You smile for all the cameras. As that same night you sit alone in a hotel suite and you feel nothing. You learn that money solves every problem except the ones that actually matter. You have more than you could spend in 10 lifetimes, and you cannot remember the last real conversation you had. You are surrounded by people now. Assistants, lawyers, advisors, a security team. Every one of them is paid to be near you. You stop knowing who is there for you and who is there for the money. You start to assume it is always the money. You are usually right. Mia leaves you that year. She doesn't take much when she goes. She just tells you, quietly, that you've been gone for a very long time. You realize that she is right. You realize you cannot even remember when she left and when you simply stopped noticing she was there. You buy bigger things to fill the space she left behind. A glass house on a hill, a jet so you never have to wait for anyone. Art you never look at. The space stays empty anyway. You learn that you can buy any room in the world and still be the loneliest person standing in it. People laugh at your jokes before you reach the end of them. People agree with you before you finish your sentence. You start to hate it. You start to miss being told no. You miss the folding table. You miss being nobody on a midnight bus. You would never say any of that out loud. You are 38 and you have everything the boy on the bus ever wanted, and you are more alone than you have ever been in your life. That boy wanted the whole world to see him. Now the whole world is watching. And not one of them knows your name. Level 8, the target. You are 42. You are a billionaire on the list now. Number 100 and something, your face printed right beside the number. You learn that the moment you finally have everything, everyone alive wants a piece of it. The lawsuits come first. People you have never met sue you for things you have never done. You can't always tell which ones are real. You pay lawyers millions of dollars just to make the noise go quiet. A man you trusted steals from you. Someone close to you leaks your secrets to the press for a paycheck. You stop trusting anyone, even the few who never gave you a reason to doubt them. Paranoia is the real price of the gate and the guards. Your mother dies that spring. You are on the other side of the world, closing a deal when it happens. You don't make it home in time to say goodbye. You find out in a boardroom and you finish the meeting anyway. You don't cry until you are on the jet, alone, at 40,000 feet. The woman who raised you on cracked hands, and a single sentence is gone, and you were not there. You have $1 billion, and you could not buy the 1 hour that mattered most. You go back to work. Because work is the only thing that has never once left you. The press writes that you are ruthless. They are not wrong. Strangers on the internet decide exactly who you are. Some of them say they want you gone. You read it, and you tell yourself that you don't care. You hire more security. You vary your routes to the office. You sleep in a house behind 3 locked gates, and you still do not sleep. You meet Cole at a conference, both of you older now, both of you tired in the same way. He is the only one who understands what this has done to you. Art, you came up at the same time, chasing the same hungry god. You both paid the exact same price. You shake his hand, and for one moment you are just 2 boys who wanted out of nowhere. Then the moment ends and the masks go back on. You have won. And you have never been more afraid in your life. Level 9, the billionaire. You are 48 years old. You are worth $3 billion. You have reached a number the boy on the midnight bus could never have imagined. You stand at the very top of the mountain you spent 30 years climbing, and you look around you and you finally see that you are alone up here. The thing you chased your entire life is in your hands, and it is lighter than you thought it would be. It weighs almost nothing. You learn the cruelest lesson of them all. The money was never going to fill the hole inside you. Or the hole was the engine, and now the engine has nothing left to burn. You sit in your glass house and you count the people who would actually come if you called them tonight. You run out of fingers on one hand. Sam still doesn't speak to you. Mia is remarried now and she is happy. Your mother is gone. Diego, your very first employee, built his own fortune and sends you a card every year that you never answer. You have everyone's phone number and not a single person to call. You start giving the money away. Hospitals, schools, your name carved into the front of buildings. You tell the world it is generosity. The truth is much quieter than that. You are trying to buy back something you can't even name. You are trying to matter in a way that the number never once made you matter. Or do you think about the boy with $47 in his account? He thought that money was the same thing as freedom. You want to find him and tell him the truth to his face. The freedom was never waiting on the other side of the money. The freedom was the friends and the folding table and the girl who liked you when you were broke. You traded every bit of it for a number on a screen, and the number cannot love you back. You have won the game completely. And you see, finally, what the game quietly took from you in order to let you win. Level 10, the ghost. You are 60 years old. Your name is on buildings in cities you have never even walked through. Children read it off a wall, and they have no idea what your face looks like. You are a legend now, which is just a softer word for a man the world remembers and no one truly knows. Thus, you wake up in the morning and there is no company left to run. You handed it off years ago. The thing that defined you for 40 years is simply gone. The silence that comes after the empire is louder than any boardroom ever was. Your body sends you the final bill, and it is steep. Your heart is weak from 40 years of pressure you always called discipline. Your hands shake when you hold your coffee. Some mornings you cannot remember where you left your keys. The doctors tell you the stress added up in ways nobody understood back then. You worry about your mind now the way you once worried about your runway. You stay close to the world of money for a while. You sit on panels, and young founders ask you for the secret. You look into their hungry eyes, and you see yourself at 19. You want to warn them. Would you want to tell them exactly what it will cost? You know that they will not listen to you. You did not listen either. You make peace with Sam before it is too late for both of you. You find him, and you tell him you are sorry, and you mean it. He is an old man now, too. He forgives you mostly. It is the richest you have felt in decades, and it did not cost you a single cent. You think about your mother all the time now. You think about her cracked hands and the one sentence she gave you. Nobody is coming to save us, so we save ourselves. You understand now that she was wrong about one small thing. Saving yourself was never the same as saving your soul. You have a great niece now. She is 7 years old. She sits beside you on the porch, and she asks what it was like to be the richest man in the room. You don't tell her the truth. You can't. You just hold her small hand a little tighter. You count the years you might have left. You hope that they are kind ones. You hope she chooses a different mountain than the one that hollowed you out. You wonder if you should warn her. You wonder if you even could. Somewhere, in a one-bedroom apartment with a water stain on the ceiling, a 19-year-old is counting the money in his checking account. $47. Maybe even less. He works the closing shift and he rides the midnight bus home and nobody looks at him. He opens a laptop with a cracked screen. He watches videos about men who started with nothing and became kings. He feels something burning in his chest that he cannot put down. He decides that one day the whole world will see him. He has no idea what it will cost him. He has no idea who it will turn him into. He has no idea about the friends he will lose, or the people he will step on, or the empty rooms waiting at the top of the mountain. He just knows that $47 is not enough. He wants more. Not for the things, for the feeling. He stays up until 4 in the morning. He wakes up at 7. He does it again the next day, and the next. He has no idea what he just started. The cycle continues.